Welcome to Point to Rise, your podcast that gives you permission to dream big, take messy action, and turn your talent into profit while turning your back on perfection. My name is Susanne, high performance and mindset coach, former international ballerina, profitable entrepreneur, and founder of Point to Rise, a movement designed to empower dancers. It is my mission to use my own story as an inspiration for today's generation of dancers. And now sit back, stretch, warm up, or zip your coffee and love learning how much it matters to point at yourself first to rise to all that you are capable of. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Point to Rise podcast. I am so grateful that you have tuned in today. I want to share a thought that was provoked by the dear Lori Harder the other day when I listened to one of her podcast appearances. And so she was asked how she actually came about her new company, Drink Like Pink. Her sharing her process was very, very interesting, and it ignited a thought and a conversation that I later had with my husband on one of our daily walks. And it went like this. I have realized that so many times in my life did I just recreate what I knew I was capable of, which was really hardworking, being very disciplined, putting everything that I have had and will have into the business that I was passionate about, forgetting about what it means to be me, a woman, a person, a mother, a wife, a young girl, a silly girl for that matter, somebody that loves to be outside. I was very capable to always shut that part of me out and create a life around what I knew, what I had been trained for when I was younger. And gaining the awareness of this repetitive cycle that I was really good in recreating led me to the belief that, well, what if I actually build something different this time? Like, what if I actually build a company that allows me to grow in and to be fluid and flexible, something that I actually enjoy every single day in. I am in the process of shedding the need to become and to get to a certain point or get the title or reach the income goal. But I am in the process to really creating something that I enjoy on a daily basis, something that makes me happy as well as serves others. Like, I am no longer available for feeling empty and giving myself up for something that I think I need to have in order to be seen. I hope that makes sense. So in this kind of journey, there is a lot of, reflecting on, was that the reason why I jumped from job to job, from business to business? Was that the reason? I never asked myself that the in between is much more important than what's on either end of the scoop. There's black and white, and everything that is gray is so important, and there's so many shades and so many days of that gray that it needs to be enjoyable. So when I look back at a dancer, and I was want to get the relation here to the dance world right now, when I look at what the everyday of a dancer looks like, I didn't enjoy that at all. This is why I wanted to get out of it. This is why I was always restless. This is why I was numbing myself over and over again, because I did not enjoy the day to day of being a dancer. I loved the performing. I loved creating new pieces. But everything else, I looked more forward to vacation than to actually being in the studio. And this might have been just me, or I do know that there are other people out there that are not enjoying the day to day. And what if the day to day would actually not mean fighting through your pains and through the struggles? What if it would actually be easier to be a dancer if we would actually recreate the entire wheel of what it means to be a dancer? Being a part of a mastermind has absolutely changed my life, my business, my relationships, my interactions, the way I see others, myself, the world. Everything changed when I first started being part of a mastermind. And with this kind of a transformation in my heart, I want to offer the same thing to the dance and ballet community. The Rise Mastermind is now open for enrollment. As a community, it is time to get together to encourage each other, to empower each other, to sit in the room and to learn from each other. When the tide rises, all the ships are rising too. So it is certainly time that we are putting our efforts together. And this is why the mastermind has been created. Or any questions, just go to my website. You will find everything right there. It's under pointtorise.com/mastermind. And if you have questions around it, why you should be joining, then you just DM me and let me know what your questions are. And maybe it isn't for you, or maybe you're not even a fit for it. So it is application only. There will be a call with every single participant, seeing if you are a fit or not. So set up your call today and see if you are eligible for being part of this mastermind. I was, for most part of my life, under the impression that success or getting anywhere means suffering, and that I don't get to create how my life in between looks like. And I now know that that's not the fact anymore. I want to create something that I'm still excited to wake up to in 5 years. I would love to see dancers to still be excited to get out of bed and not hit that snooze button over and over and over again because they feel so exhausted. They want to, squeeze every second of sleep out of the day that they can get. That is not a place that, well, let me rephrase that. It is a place that is possible to live in. However, it doesn't allow you to create a joyful life, of a life that is filled with happiness is such an overused word, but a life that is filled with joy and fulfillment. And that is, after all of these years in the industry and in corporate America, is really what I've learned it is about for me. I know I can go really hard at this and work 13, 14, 15 hours a day and burn myself out to the point that I'm not enjoying doing what I'm doing and what my mission is. And I know when I get to that point, I am not serving anybody. I'm not doing anybody a favor. So I'm choosing to go a little slower at this point. I'm only, listen to this is ridiculous. I'm only putting 4 hours a day of work, well, 5, 6 maybe, into it. They're productive. They are achieving more than it would if it doesn't feel good. Everything that I'm doing right now comes from a place of service and joy and excitement, and not from a place of exhaustion and from a place of lack and I have to. So for everybody that is going back into their, and I'm putting air quotes on, normal world right now, look at what you're stepping into. If you're feeling like this is not fitting anymore, I encourage you so much. Don't shrink down back to what you think you have to be in order to succeed in your company. Look at it from a different perspective. Ask a different question. What could it look like if it actually would be fun for you? What if your everyday scenario would be something that you're enjoying doing? And that means knowing what actually serves you and knowing what doesn't serve you. So, working 12 hours in the studio, having that fear of losing your freedom to go outside or to just be with yourself or do other things that also fill your artistic void or cup or relations, it is so important to have that. And you do not have to give it up just because your company is going back into session. Now, here's the argument that I hear often, and it is this: I cannot be somebody different in an environment that hasn't changed. If the demands are the same, how can I be different? I hear what you're saying. I hear you loud and clear. And yes, that is a huge hurdle that needs to be overcome. But here's my big but. Not literally, but here's literally my big but towards you. Look from it in a different perspective. Don't blame the other side for where you're at, but look at how you can change. Even if the environment isn't controllable, you are in control how you can react to it. So create a life that you don't need a vacation from. Create a life that is joyful in many aspects in your day-to-day activity. That is definitely something that I am after because I am so passionate about Point to Rise and the community and the traction that we're seeing right now with people are speaking up and all the options that are out there and how we can actually completely flip the whole arts organization's way of doing business on its head. It excites me, and I want to keep that excitement for a very, very long time. And with knowing what I know now and having gained the awareness, it is imperative for me that I build my day to day as something that I enjoy day to day, and not only when I get there or when I get accolades. Don't get me wrong, not every day is sunshine and lollipops. I have learned, though, how to support myself and how to catch myself before I fall. So if I need to take half a day in order to get my mindset in the right frame again, I have the freedom to do that. And that's really what I'm saying. Get your day to day into a space where you actually enjoy it. And with that, my dears, I would really appreciate it. Just picture this. I am sitting in my office, my dog is behind me, and I'm talking into this microphone and I'm seeing the scale on the computer, what my inflections are. And this is going to go out in a week and you all are going to listen to it. And I have no idea how it actually lands with you. So in order to get some feedback from you, I really encourage you, take out what really resonates with you, share this on Instagram or on your favorite platform. Let me know your thoughts, what has really resonated, and share it with somebody who can really use this message today. Thank you so much for listening. I'm sending you so much love. Till next time. I wanted to let you know that the Point to Rise gear store is open. I created it for you specifically, you, that person that looks in the mirror all the time and finds all the things that are not good, not great. It is there to remind you on how beautiful you are, how worthy you are, and how capable you are. So go check it out, and I would love to hear your feedback. Thank you so much for listening. If this message resonates with you, please pass it on to someone who needs to hear this right now. And if you like what you've heard, your feedback will go a very long way. If you just take 30 seconds and leave me a 5-star review, that would mean the world to me. Till next time, point at yourself to rise to all that you are capable of. Thank you so much for listening. If this message resonates with you, please pass it on to someone who needs to hear this right now. And if you like what you've heard, your feedback will go a very long way. If you just take 30 seconds and leave me a 5-star review, that would mean the world to me. Till next time, point at yourself to rise to all that you are capable of.